Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I think I'm audible and visible to all of you. Junaid is saying, "Also ki jai bhai." Sir, hi everyone. Okay, so hello everyone, good afternoon. So if I'm audible and visible, so please ping in a chat so that we can start with the class. Yeah. Okay, audible and visible. Great. Fine. So shall we start, guys, with the class? Most awaited class, sir. Thank you, Prasil, PK. Thanks for commenting on my post. I always do comments whenever I see. Okay, so let's start with the class, everyone. And let me set an agenda for today's class. So basically, today I'm going to talk about a product development, right? Because this is a AI architect mastery class, basically. So we have to talk about a project. We have to talk about a product. We have to talk about the architecture. And yesterday we have basically taken an induction session. So I believe you all are aware about a platform. And yeah, so in case if you have missed the class, then not an issue at all. I believe admin team has already uploaded a lecture. So let me log in and show it to you. Those who have missed a class, and I believe most of us are already aware about it. So if you will go inside this AI Architect Mastery, continue learning. So you will be able to see a 31st January induction session recording. Not just that, so like I have mentioned, so you will be able to get even a summary of this entire lecture. So summary of this lecture is also available. And if I'm going to share some sort of a resources, so even resources will be available. As simple as that, right? So those who have missed and going forward, so this is a same pattern we are going to follow for all lectures. So whatever lecture which is going to happen on Saturday and Sunday, so we'll follow the same pattern. In like by night, midnight, so team is going to upload the recording and then your like a description of this entire video or summary of this entire video plus transcript of this entire video will be available. And if I'm going to give you some sort of a homework, or maybe if I am going to share some sort of a deck, slides, or maybe a code base, everything will be available in a particular lecture itself in a resource section. As simple as that. And I'm assuming that all of you are a part of your WhatsApp group as well, so that we can notify you quickly, because WhatsApp is like pretty much handy for all of us. Now let's talk about today's agenda. So what we are going to discuss, what we are going to cover in my today's session. So today I'm going to talk about product development, by the way, right? So where we are going to like consider one of the story about a product. Maybe you can say, or you can maybe like think in a way that there is a client, right? There is a client, or maybe your manager, your director, and they are coming to you and they're asking you to build a particular product. Then what should be an approach? And we are going to see all of these things in a pretty much practical manner, that what will be my approach and how I'm going to find out a solution for a complete unknown product. Now, when I'm talking about a product, so what kind of a product today we are going to discuss? Let me clarify that part first. So let's suppose I'm in a company, right? I'm in a company, and basically my company is trying to build a SaaS product, basically, right? Software as a service. So my company is trying to build a SaaS product. So where they would like to basically modernize, or you can say they are trying to build a kind of a system, so which is going to help other companies, right? Not just that particular company, but other company which is going to be a client of your particular company, in terms of taking an interview for a candidate, in terms of taking a multiple round as per the company's requirement. And that should always work as a multi-tenant architecture. What is the meaning of multi-tenant architecture? So multi-tenant means, let's suppose I have built a product and then I'm selling this product to you, to all of you, basically all of you as a company, and all of you are going to basically access my system. And whenever you have some sort of a hiring requirement, right? Whenever you have some sort of a hiring requirement, so obviously you will go out and then you will try to post a job across a different platform. And when you are going to post that particular job on a different platform, So obviously people will start applying for it, right? So you will start receiving a resume. Then what happens? So obviously that resume will go to a particular department, or there will be an HR department, so who is going to route those resume to a different department, and then they are going to do a screening. Or even before that, so let's suppose I have received a resume in a bulk, so my ATS system will come into a picture, applicant tracking system comes into a picture, and it is going to filter out all those thousands or maybe tens of thousands of resume, and then it is going to give you a best 100, best 200, best 300, whatsoever is the requirement. So basically I have to build a product, right? So which is going to do all of these things automatically, right? All of these things it is supposed to do automatically. That's a vague idea. I'm not talking about anything in a structured manner, right? So let's suppose a team is sitting together and they are trying to formalize this particular idea that, okay, let's try to build a solution so that we will be able to sell and we will be able to generate a revenue. So where system is going to help out a company in terms of filtering out a resume as per a job description. Not just that, right? Not just that. So let's suppose out of 10,000 resume, I have mentioned that, okay, you are supposed to filter only 100 resume, a final resume. And then for all of those 100 resume, my system is supposed to schedule an interview automatically again, right? And after that, so that system is supposed to, like, ask a candidate, whosoever is the candidate is. So my system is supposed to ask a candidate to, schedule their interview. And whenever, let's suppose, so basically it's a product which is going to work as a cross country product. So let's suppose people are applying from India, from outside, so everyone's time zone is completely different. So basically I'm giving a leverage to my candidate, whoever is going to apply, that they will be able to schedule an interview in their available time. So maybe night 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in IST time zone. Let's think in that manner. And at that point of a time, so system will go, not human, right? Human is not supposed to take the interview. So my system will go, my system is going to take an interview. So maybe first introductory round, and then maybe a second round, maybe a third round, maybe a fourth round, maybe back to back, or maybe one after another. So if candidate is going to pass one round, so candidate system is going to give a feedback to a candidate, as well as system is going to give a summary to a company that, okay, I have taken an interview for this particular candidate, and this is how good this candidate is in terms of communication, in terms of basically introduction, in terms of a job alignment, in terms of whatsoever is the criteria, right? Whatsoever is the criteria. And then system will be able to schedule second round, third round, and that interview is going to happen over a video and audio, right? And this system is supposed to behave in a manner so where the way we try to ask a follow-up question, right? We as a human, so whenever we used to take an interview, so obviously in a human manner, so we try to ask a follow-up question. Let's suppose I have asked a question that why you are leaving this company, and candidate has given me an answer. So obviously I will be having a couple of follow-up questions based on the answer, and that purely depends upon that particular scenario, that particular context. So technically this system is supposed to take all of these round. This system is supposed to give even a feedback to a candidate, which is pretty much missing across our industry since a very long time. There are very few company so who takes an interview and who gives you a feedback. 99.9% of the company, they will never give you a feedback. They will simply say that we will get in touch with you, or maybe you are rejected, so we are not able to consider you now, maybe better like next time, kind of a generic messages they used to send, their HR department used to send. But no, my system is supposed to even help out a candidate in terms of giving them a unbiased feedback, that if I'm rejecting you, why, right? If I'm rejecting you, why? And if I'm selecting you, so again it should give a reason to a company as well as to a candidate. So this kind of a multi-tenant architecture or SaaS product we have to build. And again, it's a very vague idea, right, as of now. But I believe now you all are able to connect with the story. Yeah? The story is clear? That's a simple story, guys, by the way. Yeah? A very simple story. So I believe the story is clear to all of us. And as a team, let's say, so in a class, everyone has joined, and all of you are basically a part of my team, and we all are building it together. Because in a company, obviously, there will be a small team or there will be a big team, and they all are going to brainstorm together. They all are going to find out the edge cases together. They are going to do a storyboarding together, right? And then we are going to basically finalize a product skeleton. Yeah. And like I said, right? Like I said, so basically I'm looking for building a SaaS product or multi-tenant architecture. So what is the meaning of multi-tenant architecture? In a multi-tenant architecture, so I will be having my own admin dashboard. Then a product which I'm selling to other company, they will be having their own basically admin dashboard, and again there will be a governance inside that one. Again there will be a lot of privileges and a lot of like access roles or IAM role you can say will be available in that one, and then there will be a final user interface, right? So final user interface. So that's a very vague idea which is in front of us, and we all have to build it, right? We all have to build it. So how much time do you think people who are here, maybe those who is having maybe 10, 12, or maybe 20 year of experience, so how much time do you think it is going to take for you to build it? If I'm going to give you maybe a 5 member in your team, so one product manager, one architect, and one designer, and 2 developer. 5 member. Yeah. Okay. So Akash is saying 4 to 5 months, then 6 months. Okay. Pallavi is saying 6 months, 5 to 6 months, 3 month, phase one. Okay. 6 months. Okay, fine. So BRD is going to take 2 week of time. POC is going to take 3 to 4. Okay. POC itself is going to take. Okay, fine. I think now we are able to get a rough understanding, right? Okay, fine. So I'm proud to be in your team, sir. So based on the number of feature, I'm talking about full scale end-to-end SaaS product which I can go out and sell, start selling it, right? I'm talking about that kind of a product. 6 to 10 months, even after not a proper product, need a lot of improvement. Okay, so let me open up my notebook first. And yeah, so basically, let's say I have a team and this is my team structure. So I have a product manager, right? In general, right? In general, in any companies, you will be able to find out more or less this kind of a structure. I have architect, I have a lead, product, designer, PRODUCT, spelling mistake, product designer, right? Then I have basically a uh, SDE, let's say like a 2, and then SDE 1, right? So more or less, this is the kind of like a structure I have in my team, right? A lot apart from director, manager, and all those things. So forget about that, right? So I'm just talking about a tech stack and who is going to build and develop and design the product, who is going to do a brainstorming, all of these things. So what this product manager will do, right? Or like a product architect or product manager is going to do. So basically, this product manager will go and this product manager is going to build an entire storyboard. They are going to, do some sort of a market research, and they will come up with maybe a PRD, product requirement document. And in that product requirement document, technically, every feature, every things will be mentioned, and then it will go to an architect, and basically architect will try to design it will architect will try to decide that, okay, what kind of a technology stack we are supposed to use. Here I'm talking about a video and audio conversation, a real time video and audio conversation, basically I'm talking about. So what kind of AI, or maybe a speech to text, and text to speech, SST, and like a text to speech, basically this kind of a, which one I'm supposed to use, because in a market there are like a lot of such kind of a provider, AI provider, who is already available, right? Again, so what is going to be a cloud platform, what could be a pricing, which will come from a AI side, from a product side, when I'm going to host it, when I'm going to deploy it. Again, I have to decide, so the scale at a certain point of a time, how many people will be using it, and all of these things, security, scale, everything must be decided, and based on that we are supposed to design the architecture. And obviously, when architect will try to design these things, so they may try to connect with the lead, they may try to connect with maybe a designer as well. So again, if architect is going to decide each and everything, and product manager is going to like decide each and everything, then it will go to a designer side, and designer is going to design this entire thing. Designer is going to design the super admin system, designer is going to design the system. So where basically any company to whom I'm trying to sell my product, so they will be able to access, and they will be able to see all those reports and stats. And then eventually it will go to a lead, and then lead is going to manage a software development engineer, and eventually they will start building it, they will start doing it. And again, obviously, I'm trying to use a AI over here, so you need AI stack as well. So maybe SD1, SD2 from a AI side as well as from a web development side. And when I talk about a web development, so back end, front end, all of these things are required. I'm trying to keep team size as low as possible. Again, so if you'll think about this product, so you will feel like I need inside this SD1, so maybe I need 2 3 people. Inside this one again I need 2 3 people. Design will take a lot of time because you have to design maybe 100 200 pages just for this one, right? So 100 200 page design is not that easy. And again, when I talk about a design, so it goes after a lot of iterations, and again, so stakeholder meetings and many more things happens even on a design side. Again, same thing happens in our architecture side, same thing happens on a product manager side. So when I say that product manager, maybe there will be multiple, architect multiple, lead multiple, product designer multiple, right? SD1 multiple, from AI side, from a front end and back end side, SD2 multiple. But in a modern day, right, modern day, so how I will be able to take up this project, and maybe with a very very small team, right, very very small team. So we will try to develop it where maybe I don't need this product manager, I don't need even a designer, let's say. I don't need maybe a lead. I just need a person, and not to even a senior architect, maybe a junior architect who is going to do all those architecture setup and everything. And maybe with the help of 2 3 max to max very very good developer, right? When I say very very good means a developer who has worked into couple of product basically, right? So they can come into a picture maybe with the experience of 2 3 5 year, and they will be able to build it. So this then only I can say that yeah, I'm able to adopt a modern design philosophy, and now I'm able to deliver a product maybe in next 1 month, not 6 months, not 4 months, not 5 months, not a year. 6 month, not an MVP, but a complete product, right? So, but a complete product. So now, architect is spelling incorrect. Yeah, don't mind those spellings. So it's completely fine. Forget about that. Fine. So now, what should be my approach? From where I'm supposed to start? Any idea, guys? How I'm supposed to start? How I'm supposed to kick off that product? Yeah, you will be able to see a reality today. Create a wireframe. Okay. Requirement gathering, requirement analysis, UX pilot, discovery phase, understanding the pain point. Okay, lot of things, budgeting. Okay. Can we build a product here? Let's see. FRD. Okay, fine. Business problems, business understanding. Okay, fine. Let's do one thing. I'll open up my Cloud A in front of you, completely blank, right? And whatever story that I have discussed with you, so let's try to discuss this story with a Cloud A. Let's start writing it, right? So let's start doing it, and we will be able to do a costing. We will be able to do a budgeting. We will be able to even gather all the tech side comparison, and again, multiple tech side comparison we'll be able to gather. Not just that, so even we will be able to finalize all small pieces inside a product as a feature, you can say, right? And then what will be infra cost, what will be an AI cost, everything system, everything we'll be able to estimate it. So let's start doing it. So here, let me start writing this thing. It is going to be very very long. So I am building a next gen Euron interview system in a multi tenant architecture as a SaaS product. So where it must be able to take end to end interview starting from job posting, job listing, resume filtration based on the job subscription and ATS score, inbuilt, and it must be able to allow candidate to schedule the interview in their own time zone as per their availability. So this is just a idea. Let me give you a detailed storyboard about this product. So basically, I am building this as a SaaS product where I want an admin panel to see, monitor, control the quota of an interview and feature that will be given to my client in different pricing tier, and all the in depth and detailed stats I will be able to see starting from client onboarding, their system activity. So client onboarding and then their system activity and feature and governance management for client as well as for my internal company. And even my client must have their own admin dashboard to manage everything. Now, this product should give a feature where client can post a job or client can configure other job posting site via webhook or API call, and it should receive a resume for a particular job post. Now, once system will receive a resume, then it should pass a resume through an ATS system to evaluate a resume against a job post and company standard and requirements. Once that is done, system should send a notification in terms of mail to a particular candidate which it has passed from a resume itself and ask candidate to schedule an interview. Once candidate will schedule an interview, my system should go live at that time and start an interview in human way. So where it should also do proctoring, and ask candidate to enable video and audio, and even open up a write up board and round wise, not all the questions at a time, round wise. It should start taking a interview in audio and video conversational manner. And like I have mentioned, it should behave like a real interviewer. So it should ask a follow up question based on the current context and based on the current context and based on the current context and answer given by candidate. It should even ask a candidate to write something based on the question requirement on board that will pop up during the interview. And once interview is over, it must be able to do the analysis of audio and video and pass a feedback to as well as company HR or management. And then if candidate is able to cross the threshold of current round of interview, then system should schedule a next round in the same manner as above. If not, then pass a transparent feedback to a candidate in a polite candidate in a polite manner with a genuine feedback. Okay. Now, system is supposed to log each and every activity that is being done by client, candidate, or system itself for observation. Okay. And fine. Mm, Now, prepare a PRD document. So, where you have to do a market research with respect to a market size, its uses, how it will help out company, and even in terms of cost saving. Apart from this, in a PRD document that you are going to prepare, uh, mention all the feature from client side, user interface, and even from a super admin side of Euron. Even give me a price estimation of this, or cost estimation, you can say, of this entire system for 100,000, 10,000 concurrent user. Um, Even give me a tech stack. Its alternative, and majorly try to do a research where you have to give me all the possible alternative to build this system from tech side. Do your own research and prepare this full scale PRD. And if I have missed anything, try adding this so that this system will be the world's best system in this world, and remove the entire layer in terms of taking an interview. Try to use AI and agents all the as much as you can, so that the system is human. So that's it. Now, okay. Okay, so now it's done. Very huge write-up, as you can see. Storyboarding I have done. So generally, a storyboarding, sorry. So storyboarding will be even way more intensive than this one. But yeah, so as we are doing it inside the live class, so I believe let's go ahead with this, and it will take maybe 4 or 5 minutes of time at max, sometime even 2 or 3 minutes of time, and it is going to give me a full scale PRD. Let's see. Yeah. Let me take some question. I think people are discussing so many things. Sir, we need this prompt for practice. Okay, do you want this prompt? I don't have any issue. Take it. Oh, this is too long. I can't paste it like a full prompt in a chat in one go. So let me like paste it here first. Oh, okay. Even this is big. So let me paste this much. And then from here to, oh, It's a very, very huge, guys. I'll just upload this entire prompt in your like resource section. So don't worry. I have already saved it inside the text, right? There are so many things we are going to generate now. Don't worry. So just a prompt. Prompt is the starting point. So we will end up generating so many things. Upload in the resource section. Yeah, I'll do it. So while uploading the recordings, right? So I'll upload it inside the resource section. Don't worry. I'll upload all these things. So many things we are going to generate now. So we are going to generate a PRD. We are going to generate the architecture. We are going to generate basically a lot of architecture, not just one set of the architecture. We are going to generate. Then we are going to generate a lot of designs, design file, and then finally it will go for the coding, right? So let's say, is Cloud A better than ChatGPT? This can't be. ChatGPT will not be able to handle it. So ChatGPT is good for a day-to-day task, but for this kind of a PRD, so where you have to generate a 30, 40 page, because see, you will be able to see it. So more than 20, 25 page or maybe sometime 30, 40 page, it will be able to generate based on the requirement that you have given and the kind of a work that you are assigning. So for these kind of a things, ChatGPT will not work. Is this Cloud A Ultra? Yeah, it's actually Ultra. Even Cloud A Pro will not be able to handle. It will fail again and again. Sometime even this will fail, but yeah, so it will give you an option to continue and it will continue from the same point. So at the end of the day, it will be able to do the job, even if it is going to stop in a middle. So you will see sometime, like maybe today itself, you will be able to see that maybe in 2 minutes, so it will stop and it will give me continue option. Once I'll click on continue, so it will again continue from the same point and eventually it will be able to give me the full PRD. Again, which is not possible in Cloud Pro. Cloud Ultra is basically $200, I believe. It will work in Gemini Pro? No, not even Gemini. Most companies uses a GitHub Copilot as an assistant. They restrict users of Chat GPT. I mean, like nowadays, no one is restricting. So every company is giving you some sort of access. And by 2026 mid, you will be able to see that whoever has not, given this access, they will, for sure. Many companies have started doing this. $100 per month? No, if I'll show you my Cloud so inside a Cloud pricing, you will be able to see $100, which is a max, and then there is another plan, I believe, which is like available, and that is basically, I don't remember every. Yeah, okay. So if you will see my plan, see there is a plan, right? So basically, there are two max plans. So one max plan is basically 5x more users than Pro. So basically, this comes with $100, and my current plan is basically 20x more users. So basically, it comes with $200 per month. Yeah. So basically, it's a 20x which I'm using. So this is my current cycle plan, as you can see, right? And this is $100. But in a team, if you have, again, on an individual level, you don't need this. Okay, so I think it has done this. So 19 page of document now it is able to like prepare. Job posting, fine. AI interview conduct engine, fine. So it is able to do it. Advanced AI proctoring system, okay, fine, fine, fine. So let me download this PRD, right? Now I'll say, now for this PRD, give me a full architecture design document with all the architecture component, and let's say I am going to use AWS stack for hosting this entire solution. So use all the services from AWS and you are free to decide on other services from AI side which is not available in AWS system, and even give me a costing and comparison comparison. Okay, so one is done. So here you will be able to see that it is able to create a full scale PRD. Right. Let's go through it once, just as an overview that what it has like build it for me. So next generation autonomous interview intelligence system, multi-tenant SaaS platform. It is trying to build basically on a February month. And yeah, Euron Engage Fair Technology, which is a company name, which is like basically Euron is just a brand name. Company name is this one, Engage Fair Technology Private Limited. Okay, so it remembers that part by the way, because it remembers me. Fine. So product vision. So Euron Nexus represent a next evolution in a talent acquisition technology and end-to-end fully autonomous AI-powered interview intelligence platform that transform how organization discovers, evaluate, and hire talent. Okay, fine. Aligned with my story by the way. I believe this size is fine, right? Font size. I think it's readable to all of you. Yeah, guys. Okay. So I can do one thing. So maybe quickly, if you would like to access it, so maybe I can post it inside your group so that you all will be able to access it then and there. So let me keep posting these documents inside your group. Yeah. So fine, guys. So this document is now available inside your WhatsApp group now. Okay. So now let's go ahead with the next. The platform operates as a multi-tenant SaaS solution, enabling organization of all size from startup to enterprise to leverage the enterprise-grade AI interview capability through a subscription model. Okay, cool. Nexus handles the complete recruitment cycle from intelligent job posting and syndication across a multiple platform. Through AI-powered resume parsing and ATS scoring, candidate-driven interview scheduling across a time zone, real-time conversational AI interview with the advanced proctoring, to a comprehensive post-interview analytics and automated feedback delivery. Okay, cool. Nexus connected to a link, so embodies the platform's core mission, serving as an intelligent connection point between employer seeking a talent and candidate pursuing opportunity. The name reflects, okay, fine. So why it has given a name? So it is just trying to like give a like a detail on that. Key differentiator, so fully autonomous operation, so minimal human intervention required from job posting to offer a recommendation. Human-like conversational AI, so which is a core, which is the heart of this entire application. So real-time adaptive interview with the contextual follow-up question. Multi-layer fraud detection, so AI-powered proctoring, because that happens a lot while giving an interview, and obviously whenever you are selling your solution, so that is going to be your USP, right? That we have implemented a proctoring, so system will prevent if someone is going to do some sort of a forgery, right? So AI powered proctoring with the deepfake detection, eye tracking, amazing. So eye tracking, like computer vision also it is trying to adopt over here, right? I have never mentioned so I've just mentioned that implement the proctoring because I want a proctoring, right? So now it is giving me a solution that deepfake detection again, which is coming from a computer vision side, and eye tracking and behavioral analysis. So guys, focus here. Yeah, focus on the document, or even document I have shared inside your chat inside your WhatsApp. So focus on this one. Understand, right? First, then we'll discuss a lot. So don't worry about the discussion. I'm open to discuss things. So round-based progressive interview. Okay, so that was my requirement. So don't take all the interviews in one shot. So basically go round by round, round by round. Okay. So a structured interview flows with the automatic progression logic, integrated whiteboard and coding environment. So basically it's not just going to do a conversation, a speech to speech and then a video audio conversation, but as I have already mentioned, that try to open up even a whiteboard, because let's say I want a candidate to draw the architecture or draw a design or write some sort of a code in front of me. That happens inside the interview, right? Depends upon the round which I'm taking. If I'm taking a pure technical round or system design round or architecture round, obviously I'll ask candidate to do a whiteboarding over there. And same thing, like I want my system to do this, AI system to do. So structured interview flow with the automation, progress logic, integrated whiteboard, real-time collaborative assessment tool, comprehensive activity logging, so full audit trail for a compliance and optimization. Okay, cool. So this key differentiator, it has written in a pretty much the way I was looking for actually. Now, I have also mentioned that try to do a market valuation, right? So let's suppose I'm building a solution and I have to go to my director. I should say, as a product manager, because product manager will come into picture in a very first place, right? That this is a market, right? This is a market volume. And even if we are able to take maybe 1% or 2% of market, so this is the revenue addition I will be able to do, because unless and until your product is not having a business values, right? No one is going to like your directors or maybe your investor or anyone is not going to allow you to build that solution, because everything comes with the cost, right? Even if you are hiring a small intern, it comes with the cost. Nothing is free in this world, right? No one is going to work in your team just for free, right? And as a hobby project, you can't do this kind of a project, at least, right? As a hobby project, you can't do it. So I need basically a market evaluation. So basically AI recruiter market is a $670 million market. AI hiring software $1.8 billion, and it's giving me 2024 valuation, right? Maybe I can ask for 2025 as well, because now we are into 2026. And then AI interview software. So this is a market huge, 27.48 billion. So just imagine the value, right? A value. So we are talking about some product which is having this much of value in 2024, and just see the next one. So total addressable market is 33 billion as per 2024, and in 2030 35, right? 35 30 35. So it will be having 280, because everywhere there will be an AI and everyone is going to adopt this one. So it's a huge market. And even I'm a startup, I'm able to crack maybe 0.001% of this market, right? I think that will be a very good start for me for next 1 or 2 years, right? I will be able to get enough runway, right? I will be able to get enough runway, and I will be able to even secure a funding in that sense, right? So CAGR it has already given to you. So key metrics says 87% of the company now uses some of a form of the AI recruitment software as of 2025, and that's a reality. See the market research, 87% companies are using some software in one or other way, right? So you are actually, your resume is actually, when you upload a resume, that's the reason. So I always try to say to all of my students, right, whether you have a 20-year experience or like a maybe 20 days of experience, I keep on saying that your resume is going through a system, not through a human now. So try to prepare, try to submit your resume in a way system should be able to understand, because it should go through a system. No, none. Previously, there was a trend that one resume will get an attention of maybe 1 or 2 minutes on an average, right? If human is looking into it. But now it's not even a human. It's a 87%. So see the market research. If you're not aware about the reality, so please be aware about the reality. And next time, whenever you are applying for the job, keep this in a mind, that no one is watching, no one is going to open up your resume and click and open up your PDF file or maybe a Word document. It's a system which is going to parse your entire things. AI tool reduces time to hire by 50% and recruitment cost by 30%, which is a huge cost saving for a company, because hiring is literally a very tough job, right? And if you will end up hiring a wrong candidate, then you have compromised with the company's culture and team. And instead of like a delivery, you will end up getting nothing, maybe a politics, a company politics, which happens a lot again because of a wrong hiring, which is again a reality. I think most of us who have worked even for 1 year in some company, we are aware about it. And people who is having 10 plus, 20 plus a year of experience. So I think we are very well aware about it, right? So yeah, that's a reality. Rising interview fraud by 2028, 1 in 4 job candidate worldwide will be fake. Gartner report, right? So again, from a trusted source, Gartner report. So it is telling you that, so it's very huge. It's 25%, right? That you, like a candidate is going to do some sort of a forgery in an online interview, and we see this kind of uh, things a lot nowadays, right? In a news or over a LinkedIn or somewhere else. Remote hybrid work driving demand for a virtual interview solution. Yeah, because office costs gives a lot of cost to a company, right? Maybe $1 million of a cost to a company. So nowadays, if IT work can be done from a remote, let's do it. And many companies are trying to even adopt this one. Asia Pacific showcasing for fastest growth, because labor is cheap over here, right? Even a white collar. So 25% of year on year increase in job application in India alone. Okay, fine. So I'm able to get the value of the product. So now I'm able to understand I'm building something which is literally having a value in a market. I'm not just like building some of my fancy projects over here, right? So I'm building something real. Competitive landscape. So I have asked about the competitor. Tell me who is the competitor. So Higher View is a competitor. Paradox and Spark Hire. There is a Cruiter, Telview, LXAI. Nexus is a Euron platform which we are trying to build. Let's say, right? And what is their annual pricing? So it has given that as well. So whatever publicly available, right? Conversational AI scheduling. So see, guys, we are thinking about a product, right? And there is some company which is in a market who is running this product. So many people come to me and especially in a consultancy project, right? In a consultancy project, and say that I have an idea, and let's sign an NDA, and please do not share this idea with anyone. I simply tell them one line, that you have an idea, right? Go to Google, go to ChatGPT, go to Perplexity, go anywhere you want, right? Put your idea and just ask all of these platforms to check how many competitor you have in a market. And maybe you have a thought, you have an idea, but you will be having hundreds of other competitors. So none of the idea is new unless and until you are planning to build something on a Mars, right? Then you have a unique idea. If you're trying to build something on this planet Earth, I don't think that your idea is new. Someone is already implementing it. Someone has maybe already implemented it. Some products are already running in a market. So if market volume is high, it's huge. If you are building it, and even if you are able to crack 0.001% of the market share, that is your win, right? That is your win. And then if you're trying to build a product, so if product itself is very, very good as compared to your competitor, maybe they have started earlier, right? But still, as time will progress, maybe in next 2 year, 3 year, or 5 year, right, your product will be able to find out its market automatically. So focus on that, not an idea, because your idea is not new. If you think that your idea is new, I mean, like, you are in a you are in an illusion. I mean, like, so you should not think in that way. ROI and saving analysis. Okay, let's talk about that. So average time to hire 45 to 60 days. Reality with Nexus 7 to 15 days. We can close it, right? Improvement 70 to 85%. So that is again my product USP. Cost per hire. So generally it takes this one. So it will try to reduce it to this one. Again, I can reduce it further. So maybe I can reduce. So 50 to 65% reduction. Now this can tell me, and this figure will help me out in terms of pricing my product, right? So one, I can look into my competitors, because pricing is a very, very important factor. You should not price your product very, very less or very, very high, right? So obviously based on the market, based on the competitor, based on the cost which will come to the company. So cost to the company, we used to say, right, which will come for a particular product, or unit matrices in general, right? Unit matrices. So you will see these words a lot across founders and builders basically. So unit matrices. So if my unit matrices is even giving me like a 5% of margin, I think that's completely fine for me, right? 5% of margin initially is fine, and there will be a lot of scope, and that will come from here, that what is my product pricing and what is my competitors are charging. So maybe I can start selling to them. Recruiter hour per hire 15 to 20 hour, it can do it in a like 3 to 5 hours, 75% reduction. Bad hire rate, this one, it will reduce it. Candidate drop off rate, this much, because of the lengthy pipeline and funnel. So again, this much. Interview no show rate, this much. So it is going to even reduce it, because I'm giving a leverage to a candidate, right? That okay. If you are okay with 4 a.m. Like an interview, do it. We don't have any issue, right? Because I don't have to ask my team member to go and take an interview at 4 o'clock morning, right? In any time zone. In system is doing it, right? So annual saving 100 hires, so baseline. So this much you will be able to save. So significant return of investment, ROI, you will be able to get. So again, this is a very important metrics for any product manager or any product owner, and you should be knowing about it. It's not just about tech that you should know. Tech will come in a later stage when you will start building it. Before that, these things comes into picture. And if you were not thinking about it before, start thinking about it, because if this is going to be profitable, then only company will give you a salary. Otherwise, next month company is going to fire you. Again, new reality, and pretty much reality for every companies, right? So you should not build a product which should cost to a company. You should try to build something so that company will be able to get a benefit. Eventually you will be able to get a benefit, your team member will be able to get a benefit, not just XYZ. And many teams fails over here. They think that I have to build just a tech or something, right? No, you're not building a tech. Basically you are using a tech to build a business, right? So generally in a techie or like this developer mindset is like they think that okay, my responsibility is just to build like a tech. I mean, like, yes, that mindset was okay for like a last multiple decades, but now situation is changing. Unless and until you are not building something which is going to build a business, your tech is completely piece of shit, or you can say useless. Yeah, your tech is completely useless. I mean, like, what I will do with that tech, which is not going to give me any kind of a return, which is not going to build my business. Agree, everyone, on this point? Yeah. So I'm just telling you this thing so that your mindset should shift a little bit at least. Yeah. So your mindset should shift now onwards at least. So tomorrow, let's suppose Monday, right? You are going to an office. Maybe you should talk in a different term now. Yeah. And start talking in a different term. Believe me, you will be able to establish your value in your team, your value in front of management. And especially I'm talking about a senior people who is having 12, 15 or 20 plus experience, right? This is a value you are supposed to drive in your company, in your organization, in your team, always. Yeah. Okay, so start applying it from tomorrow. Now let's talk about the product architecture. So multi-tenant SaaS system. Nexus employs a sophisticated multi-tenant architecture that balance cost efficient with the data isolation and security. Fine, that was required. The architecture flow follows a cloud native principle with a microservice design, okay, enabling an independent scaling of the component based on demand. Okay. Talent isolation model, so database level, find schema per tenant isolation, Postgres, maybe I can work on this particular part per tenant database label. So maybe I can say that design the schema because as per my experience of designing these things, per client maybe, not, yeah, schema per tenant, right? Yeah, tenant is okay. Application labels, so tenant context propagation via JWT token, fine, client ID claims, network labels, so operational dedicated VPC for an enterprise standard, that's also fine. Storage level, tenant prefix object storage with the encryption at rest. Okay, fine. On a security side. Now core system components, so API gateway. So we can try to use, as I have already mentioned, so majority of my tech stack is going to be AWS. So fine, rate limiting, auth routing, tenant resolution, auth services wise, so auth 0, multi-tenant SSO, role-based access control, RBAC. So role-based access control, token management. Now, so job service wise, so Node.js, fine for like building a backend. Job posting, syndication, webhook management, resume service, so Python fast API, which you guys are going to love it, right? When you see Python and fast API because it's a Python stack. So parsing, ATS scoring, candidate matching, scheduling service, so we can try to use Go, calendar integration, availability, time zone handling. Okay, interview engine, so Python web RTC, real-time AI interview proctoring, analytics service wise, so we can try to use a Kafka, Apache Kafka, Python, even so that it will be able to do a because Kafka is basically a streaming service, right? It will be able to handle the streaming notification service wise. So email or this we can use even SES from AWS for notification service as we are using it even in Euron. Admin portal wise, so find React Native super admin client admin interface, and then candidate portal wise scheduling interview room and then feedback. Okay. AI agent architecture. So Nexus deploy a specialized AI agent across a recruitment cycle, each optimized for a specific task. We are living in an AI world, more precisely agentic world, right? And I have clearly given a statement that try to maintain an agent everywhere in all the layers. So this is what it has done. So there will be a resume parser agent. What it will do, so extract a structured data from a resume. So it doesn't matter what kind of a resume you have posted, and NLP, name entity recognition, layout analysis, all these things will be done by this agent. Okay, agent number one. Agent number two, ATS scoring agent, so fine. Agent number three, communication agent, so candidate outreach and scheduling. So LLM template engine, multi-channel delivery, it will come into picture. Now, interview conductor agent, so real-time conversational interview, LLM, WebRTC, speech to text, text to speech, fine, as per my need. Proctoring agent, so where I told you, computer vision, it is trying to implement. So even it's not just about the LLMs and agents, computer vision also. Then evaluation agents, so LLM, Rubik engine and scoring module, and decision agents, so round progression, ML classification, thresholding agent. So a lot of things we are using even from AI. Computer vision we are using, ML algorithm we are using, right? LLMs we are using, and even agentic framework we will end up using. Maybe LangChain, LangGraph, Llama indexes, AutoGen, whatever. But agent is there, so obviously I have to use some framework to build those agents. As simple as that. Cool. Now next, right? Are you enjoying these things, guys? Are you able to see some dimension how product development happens? And see, all these things are going to take maybe 6 months of time to prepare this entire document. AI has done that in 2 minutes of time. And yeah, we are going through this document. And till so far, I'm not able to find out any kind of, discrepancy with respect to my storyboard, with respect to a story that I have given, right? See? So product manager gone. Now, and market researcher also. So core feature and specification, job posting syndicate. So native job posting, external platform integration, AI powered resume, fine, all these things. Okay, intelligent scheduling system. So it is just giving me all this detail. AI interview conductor engine. Now what it is supposed to use. So it has given me a multiple component for video conferencing. So we can try to use BevRTC based things, LiveKit or Daily SEO. Even big blue buttons are there. And apart from that, so many providers are there. We can try to use it. So low latency video audio streaming. Okay. Speech to text wise, so we can try to use DeepGram Assembly AI or maybe Whisper from OpenAI. We can try to use it. Real-time transcription with the less than 500 millisecond of latency. A good latency, I would say, right? My system will be able to handle it with ease. Language model wise, ChatGPT, GPT-4, Cloud Llama, we can try to use it. Context awareness response generation, text to speech wise, so we can try to use 11 labs or Play ST, right? Natural expressive voice synthesis, so it is also giving me a reason why. Conversational flow wise, so PipCat framework we can try to use, and then avatar optional. So if like someone has to put their avatar, then we can try to use this one, right? Okay. So conversational AI technology stack it has given to me, which looks again pretty much fine for me as a designer, as an architect, by the way. And interview flow architecture. So now how this interview is going to happen. So here you will be able to understand the product flow, how product will flow. So each interview follows a configurable round based structure. So pre-interview setup, introduction round, technical domain round, behavioral round, practice assessment round, Q&A round, wrap up round, right? Now, it has given you a detail, so maybe you can try to go through all of those detail in your free time. Adaptive follow-up system, so which will do a follow-up. So depth probing, clarification, challenges, extension, and pivot. Okay, integrated whiteboard and coding environment. So real-time collaborative whiteboard with the drawing tools, shapes, and text. Code editor with 40 plus language syntax highlighter. Okay, amazing. Live code execution with the sandbox environment. Again, amazing. I can change this one. Let's suppose I don't want a sandbox. Maybe I'll just pop up a text editor, and evaluation will be done by my AI agent. So in that case, I can save some cost in terms of sandboxing, because sandbox will give me some sort of a cost. Okay, so there can be an improvement I can do over here. Maybe I can ask and it will do the improvement. The screen sharing with annotation capability, if good. Automatic capture and storage of all the artifact for the evaluation, cool. Then advanced AI proctoring system with the interview fraud rising dramatically. 95% of the organization experienced deep fake incident, okay, in the last year. So Nexus implemented a multi-layer proctoring network, which is my selling point, that we are preventing a fake candidate. A huge selling point, believe me. And on this, you can charge anything to your like a clients. They will pay, obviously, right? They'll pay to you. So hi sir, we are going to see agent provisioning and Azure as well. Focus here, guys, right? Focus here. Fine. Uh, Okay, so identity verification, face recognition, ID matching, cool. This feature is again AI amazing feature. Liveliness detection, so blink detection, head movement, again cool, right? Deepfake detection, so adversarial ML micro expansion analysis, so a lot of AI, right? Everywhere there is a AI, everywhere AI. Now eye tracking, so gaze pattern analysis, off-screen detection, environment scanning, so room scan, background monitoring, behavioral analysis, so typing pattern, response latency, tab switching, right? So yeah, this is how proctoring system has been designed, and yeah, it has mentioned everything in very clear manner. Trust score system, so each interview session generates a composite trust score, okay, based on the weight signal from all the proctoring layer, all of this layer. The system provides real-time alert for immediate intervention, configurable threshold, timestamp incident log with the video clips for review, post-interview integrity report for hiring manager, configurable auto disqualification rules for server violation. Cool. Administrative interface, so what my client will be able to get and what I will be able to get. So all these things are there. Client admin dashboard, so what is like a things will be available. Okay, pricing strategy, so what we can do, so maybe for a startup, as I have already asked for a suggestion, that what I should like what kind of a pricing I should put, basically based on your analysis. So it is telling me that monthly pricing can be 49,999, and interview per month quota that I can give is 100. So if you are going to divide this price with 100, so per candidate it is costing, so cost to company is 499 rupees, right? 499 rupees, $5 only, one candidate hiring. Who will not buy this solution, right? Who will not buy? Every startup will buy it, right? Yeah, because price will be a breaking point for any market. So if you have a product, if you have a solution, and if you're like offering them a right price, right solution, obviously. So just imagine $5 only, right? 100 interviews, not like 100 interviews per month I'm talking about, maybe candidate. So in that manner, it will be a little bit more, but yeah, pricing is like a current session 5, user seat 5, job posting 10 you can do, video storage 50 GB, ATS integration 2, custom branding basic, support email SLA 99%, data residency shared. So this is going to a one offering, startup offer, growth offer, this much 500, right? Again, now price is going lower, basically. Then in this much, so 2000 interview per month for a big organization, and everyone will pay you, right? Everyone will pay you. If I'll talk about this, even company is going to hire a senior HR, that will be their monthly salary, and they will not end up taking like a 500 interview. HR will just schedule, right? Process the resume. Now to schedule the interview, they will ask a team member, right? A respective team member, whoever has raised a requirement for hiring, right? So there will be a multiple team member, let's suppose. So whoever has raised for this hiring, and yeah, it will take time and lot of cost, and just compare that cost versus this cost. So why someone will hire like a human? Maybe someone can onboard this one, right? And yeah, as I have already shown you market analysis, 87% is companies doing it, right? And very soon it will be 100%, even for a very small startup, right? So yeah, this product is having a value which I can see, and the price tier which it has suggested to me, so yes, it looks very convincing to me, right? When I'll go out and I'll start selling my product, so it looks very much convincing to me. Now add-on services, so additional interview, if someone is asking, then only 299 per interview. Lovely price, lovely price. Extended video storage, okay. This is premium AI avatar, so this much I can charge. So top up charges basically. So you purchase some product and then you go for the top up. This is a top up, right? So maybe your next requirement is not 500, maybe your next requirement is 100 plus 10, right? 10 more. Okay, fine. Go with the top up, basically, right? So it has also suggested me add-on services which I will be able to sell. And this pricing and this one is going to attract your investor, by the way, right? Your investor will be very, very happy to see it because they will be able to see the scale. Cloud infrastructure wise, how much it will cost me. So it has given me a costing analysis for even for this one, because this is the place, right? I don't know many of you understand this or not, but this is the place where we take a decision, go or no go, right? Shall we start the product? Shall we not start the product, right? Uh, because if my product is not having any kind of opportunity to give me a return of investment, why I will start the product? So for 100 user, how much it will cost me? So EKS Elastic Kubernetes services is going to cost me basically 40,000 per month, and then like a database is going to cost me 25,000 per month. RDS and document DB, my storage system, CloudFront CDN is going to cost me 15,000 per month. AI ML services 50,000, Bev RTC infrastructure 30,000 per month for 100 users, basically monthly security total cost. So this is the cost which will come on me. For 1,000 user, this is the cost. For 10,000 user, this is the cost. Now it has done a cost calculation on actual, and majority of these services I'm using, let's suppose, from AWS. Now, when you will, I don't know many of you are aware about this or not, but yeah. So generally what happens, so let's suppose I'm building it for a very, very long term, right? Long term, maybe for next 2, 3, 5 years. Yeah. So AWS provides you, so whenever you will launch any instances on AWS, right? So you will be able to find out on this like a left hand side, a reserve instance service. Generally, we try to go and spin one machine in AWS, right? But they will also give you in the same like a tab, basically they will give you a reserve instances. Once you are going to click on that reserve instances, so and you are going to select it. So if you are going to reserve it for 1 year upfront pricing, so in that case, they are giving you 30, I think 30 or 40% upfront, like a concession, right? Upfront discount. So if your like a cost is 100 rupees, it will cost you basically 60 rupees, right? 40% discount. And if you're reserving it for 3 year upfront cost, then they're giving you 70 to 72% discount upfront. right, to every user of AWS, right? Let's suppose from my company side I'm using it. So if I'm reserving it, so if your bill is going to come as 100 rupees, so your actual bill that you will have to pay is technically 28 rupees in case of 3-year reserve instances. So you will be able to get a lot of margin, and that is a suggestion you should also give to as an architect, right? As an architect, because cost is something which we should always think about, right? Because just imagine I'm saving 70%. It's a very huge cost. Even if I'm able to save 5-10%, right? Your entire management will be happy and they will start dancing, right? That yeah, we are able to save this much, this much, this much in terms of company. So maybe as an individual, we never think about it, but yeah, I believe we should, and we should give this advice. Whenever I consult some of my client, I give all of these advices to my client that okay, let's save a cost here, let's save a cost here, let's save a cost here, because again that is my responsibility. If I'm advising, if I'm giving a consultancy to my client, that's my whole and soul responsibility. At the end of the day, final decision will be obviously theirs, not mine, right? So same thing you should do when you are doing this one. So cost saving, so this is basically a calculation based on the actual cost. If I'll talk about on a discounted one, 1-year reserve or 3-year reserve, 36-month reserve, again this cost will come 70-72% down, right? So that is something you will be able to see. Now development cost estimation, yeah, let's talk about development cost. So it has estimated duration is 4 months for MVP, a team size 8 engineer, and again based on the current situation it has done this evaluation, right? If I'm going to say the same system that I'm using, cursor, UX pilot, this, that and all, right, it will just bring down the entire things to 1 month. And even like a 8 engineer it has mentioned, right? Then 12 engineer over here, 15 engineer, it will bring it down to 3 engineer. Yeah, that will be possible. So here it has given me a natural development cost or normal development cost as well, but as majority of places I will be using a AI, right? So again my development cost will be very very less, and that is also a proposal which should go to your management, by the way. Okay, now technology stack wise, so what is the technology stack which we are supposed to use? So primary choice, it has given to me alternative and alternative 2. Now technically this will be a responsibility of an architect. It has done that, right? It will also design the system. I'll show you the architecture design very soon. Just wait for that, right? So technology stack also, which is a responsibility of a architect to decide, it has given me that this is my first choice, this is the alternative one, this is the alternative two. If I'm going to ask, even say that why this is a primary, why, what is the advantage in primary versus alternative one, alternative two, it will give me full detail, right? So for every comparison. So front end wise, so it is suggesting me Next.js and React. Backend API wise, so Node and plus Next.js I should use. Real time service wise, Go plus WebSocket. AIML service wise, Python fast API. Database primary, Postgres, go and use it. Cache system, cache database wise, so Redis I think entire world is using it. Database for search, Elastic, go and use it, one of the best in a like a stack. Message queuing wise, streaming wise, Apache Kafka. Object storage wise, S3, simple storage services. Container orchestration wise, EKS, Elastic Kubernetes Services. CI/CD wise, simple GitHub Action. Monitoring wise, Datadog. Video infra wise, this one. Okay, it has given me even like a alternative, that you have this alternative as well, right? Beautifully, right? I have alternative too, so I can ask for 5 alternative as well, and it will give me, and advantage, disadvantage, everything it will be able to tell me. Now AI ML technology option wise, so LLM wise suggesting me that to go with GPT or Cloud, right? Alternative one, Llama or maybe Mistral. Speech to text wise, this one. Text to speech, this one. Resume parsing wise, this one. Face recognition wise, this one. And deepfake wise, this one. And then conversational flow wise, this one. Beautifully, it has given me all the stack which I'm supposed to use even from a AI side. Compliance and security wise, which is a major concern, right? So GDPR scope is EU data protection. So basically it's a rule that we have to apply, right? So consent management, data probability, right to ensure. So when AI will start writing the code, it will handle it. I just have to feed it. That's it. AI will be able to handle all of these regulations and compliances. As simple as that. Now, encryption security wise, so encryption, auth, authorization, network audit, and penetration testing wise, what I'm supposed to use, right? So everything it has given to me. Development roadmap also it has given to me. So Q1, and again it's a normal development roadmap it has given to me, which I'm not going to follow, right? I will be using my own development roadmap. I'll try to shrink this entire timeline because like I'm going to use AI in all the layers technically. Conclusion is this one, and yeah, so year one development cost, it has given me 4.1 CR. Just imagine you are building this product and how much it is costing you, right? And now, if you can say that as a business owner, as a like a product owner, that okay, maybe I will be able to build it in only 1 CR, 25% of the cost. Your entire management will be super happy, right? Super happy, and that is practically possible to build. Infra cost 50 lakh, sales marketing, okay, forget about taking care of marketing team. So total investment is this much in year one, in year two this much, and in year three. So as you will progress, right? Projected client. So you will be having 50 client now. Calculate the revenue. 300 client, calculate the revenue. 1200 client, calculate the revenue. So everything with whatever is required from a business side, from a market side, from a competition side, from a tech stack side, I believe this is available in this PRD. Yes, everyone? Yeah? Have you missed anything in this? And how much time it has taken? Maybe 5 minutes of time, right? Yeah? Maybe 5 minutes of time. So now you all are a product manager. All of you can play a role of product manager. Now we all know that, okay, even as a market analyst, right? Even as a business associate, so who will go and understand what is the business which is possible, right? So now you are a product manager. Okay, now it's time to become an architect. Let's try to become an architect. We'll play multiple roles, don't worry, till development role. We'll try to play all those roles one by one. So, yeah, architect design document. Let's download. And in between, so while we will be discussing this, I'll just try to ask this one that, okay, so now, do one thing for me. Uh, Prepare the entire screen by screen design document for all the three system. Um, Super admin for Euron, admin system for my client, and user interface for candidate. I want a crisp and clear screen by screen design for all the system in very detailed manner. You are not supposed to create a design, otherwise it will start creating a design. That's a problem. So I'm saying that you're not supposed to create a design by yourself. You have to just give me a page wise page wise design document that I can use to prepare my design section by section, component by component, step by step. And one more thing, adopt this theme that I am giving you and align the entire product with that theme. Okay, so what is the theme? So I have already created a write-up for my themes, a LinkedIn style, let's suppose. It should adopt a complete, clean and clear. It should not give me kind of a basically hallucinated one or AI kind of a things. So, okay, so LinkedIn theme. So we have in our company, we have a lot of a theme design prompt, which we have already created for us because we work on multiple products so that it will be able to adopt the same theme. Okay, push. Between, so it will create in its own time in between. So let's talk about the architecture document which it has created. Let me send this architecture document. in your, it's a version 1. So yeah, it's available now in your system as well. Okay. Next step. So it has created 20 page of architecture document, right? High level, low level, all those things. So architecture philosophy. So Euron Nexus architecture design following the AWS well architected framework principle emphasize operational excellence, security, reliability, performance efficiency, cost optimization, and sustainability. This is because that will be the very first concern. And many people used to ask me a question that are we handling a security, right? How we are handling a scale, how we are handling a reliability. Everything it has documented, and accordingly, we will build the platform. The system employs a multi-tenant SaaS architecture leveraging AWS native service to deliver a scale, secure, and cost-effective interview intelligence platform. Cool. Okay, compute wise, so EKS, okay, fine. So that is something that is already mentioned. Database, same thing. So multi-tenant AI platform wise. So it is suggesting me use Bedrock plus external API. So Bedrock for LLM access, because we know inside AWS there is a service called as AWS Bedrock, and that gives you all kind of models. And external API for a specialized AI. Video infrastructure wise, so Chime SDK with WebRTC, native AWS integrates pay per use global reach. Caching layer wise, so Elastic Cache and Redis we can try to use sub millisecond latency. Okay, so latency is very good. Cluster mode and messaging queue wise, Kafka SQS we can try to use. Fine. CDN edge wise, so CloudFront for CDN we can try to use, and Lambda for edge we can try to use. High level architecture. So edge layer, content delivery, DDoS protection from a security side, routing. Uh, so primary AWS service which will be doing this basically things, content delivery and DDoS prevention and routing is basically CloudFront, Route 53, WWave and Sealed. API layer wise, so request handling auth, so it will be done by API Gateway, ALB and Cognito. Application layer wise, so basic logic, microservices, EKS, Lambda and App Runner. Data layer wise, so persistent caching system, so Aurora DB, DynamoDB, Elastic Cache and OpenSearch. Many of you have never heard about this, right? Many of you maybe never heard about this, like maybe this tech stack, but believe me, you will see this names a lot literally. If you're using AWS stack, if you're using Azure stack, again there are very common name which you will get again and again and again, and you will get used to it. And this is where this architect comes into picture, right? So basically architect will be having all those experiences, right? With a lot of product building. So generally when they get into that kind of experience, they know all the names and they just have to put things in a particular place as per the requirement. This is what architect does, right? Now AI is doing it, same thing. Yeah. So now, okay. So integration layer wise, this one. Detailed component architecture. So VPC design wise. So here production ready. This one public subnet 3AG. So availability zone basically. AG means availability zone from AWS. Private app subnet 3AGs. Private data say 3AGs. Isolated subnet 3AGs. And purpose is already given. And then this is how we are going to basically create a CIDR block. Security group wise. So these are the three security. Again, your dev guy will do, ops guy will do these things, right? Whoever is going to manage the infra, it has suggested you everything. Now, if I'm going to copy and paste a same thing and I'll say that give me the steps, and let's suppose I'm very new to AWS, right? Give me a steps. It will give me a steps, and believe me, if you follow the steps in no time, even if you are new, you will be able to do the setup easily. It's very easy, believe me. On AWS, you just have to go click, click, click. Or maybe you can access your AWS through a console and then write a script. And again, a script will be written by whom? AI. And run the script, test the script, run the script. All infra will be done automatically. That is also a way. So this is how easy even the ops part is, and even cloud and infra setup is. It's not that tough. It just depends upon your thought process, the approach, right? I mean, like without error, not in a first go, it will do it. Basically, you have to do a testing. I have mentioned, right? Test it and then send the production. So once you are okay, and once you have done the testing, once you have done all the iterations, then do it. It will, because once your script is tested, once it is able to create it, right? Now, if you are running or 100 other people are running, it will do the job. Simple, right? 80% it can do, but 20%, obviously, human will be in loop all the time. See, although this has been done by AI, but I'm here in loop, right? And then again, I have to, pick this one and then go and configure it. Maybe I'll do it. My ops team will do it. My backend team will do it, right? So someone has to do it, even in terms of writing a script. automating that. Someone has to come into picture, right? So human is required, but what I'm saying, less human is required, right? One person who is having like a kind of a this kind of a product building thought process, that can be, I mean, like, you don't need a specialized person for that, right? Maybe like with the experimentation you can do it in 2 3 days of time, max to max, for the very first time. Component architecture wise, Amazon EKS cluster, find development, staging, and production. So three system it has like created. Basically, it is asking me to create. So one will be a development system, one will be a staging or testing system, and then one will be a production system. Node, this, fine. So detail architecture. AWS Lambda function wise. So resume parser, this. Okay. So it is suggesting me that runtime and then what should be the memory I should allocate, what will be timeout trigger. Fine. It has given me that which is required. Amazon Aurora PostgreSQL wise. So development wise. So we have to configure this, and then instance wise. So T3 medium, a very small one. Then in a staging, maybe a little bit large, and then larger in a production. So it is also suggesting me that when you are creating an instance, which version you are supposed to use, right? Which basically EC2 system you are supposed to use. It is suggesting me everything. Again, that will come from, and that in an optimized way. If maybe an architect as a human is going to do the estimation, maybe they will end up doing overestimation or very, very underestimation. But this is, and again, if I'm going to ask a question back, that why this estimation, right? What was your thought process? It will even tell me that. So here backup retention 7 days, 14 days, 35 days, multi-AG no, in-depth is not required because it's an internal development, and then this. Okay. Multi-tenant schema design, so shared schema, so fine. Tenant schema, row level security, RLS, connection pooling, so fine. Again, architect work is done. Amazon DB, so table will be this, and again storage wise this one. Again, I will ask that, okay, create the complete schema design. After the actual design part, it will be able to do it. It will create the entire schema design for me. External AI services, non AWS, okay, cool. Real time video interview architecture, okay, fine. So Chime SDK, real time interview preparation. So yeah, it has given me everything. Security layer wise, so user auth, secret management, service to service, API auth. It has given me everything. Data protection wise, this much. Network security wise, this much. Okay. Comprehension cost analysis. So fine, cost for like 100,000 and then 1,000 user, as I have asked. Database storage wise, again, there is a chances to reduce this cost, as I told you. Monitoring and operation cost wise, fine, this much. A monthly cost summary, fine. Cost optimization strategy, fine. Optimized cost projection, fine. Technology alternative, I'll be going with one. So I don't have to like worry much about it. By the way, deployment operation wise, so CI/CD pipeline, so source control, GitHub, I will be using, that will be my primary. Build wise, so I think I can use GitHub action itself if I'm using GitHub, not this code build. Artifact storage wise, EC1 S3. Infrastructure wise, cloud formation and CDK. Deployment wise, code deploy and then Argo CD. Pipeline orchestration wise, code pipeline feature. Maybe I can change this one. I will not be using this. I will be using only GitHub and GitHub action. Multi-reason strategy, fine. Observability stack, okay, for log and monitoring. So metrics, logs, traces, alert, APM, synthesis, and cost monitoring. Disaster recovery wise, so fine, I can try to implement this. Backup security wise, so every database will be having a backup, right? So based on this frequency, which has been given over here. Summary, okay, so it has given to me. So beautifully, as you will go through this document, it has designed the entire architecture, right? Now, if I would like to like look into this architecture flow, right? Those components wise, I will go and I will try to use some tool and I will be able to design the complete architecture in no time, which I am going to do it, which I'll show you, right? In some time. So just wait for it. So architecture document is ready. It looks pretty much clean to me, by the way, right? Pretty much clean to me. So now based on this entire document, so I can try to create a visual architecture design. This is basically a textual architecture design, right? So now I can move to the visual architecture design. Shall we do it, guys? Yeah, a visual architecture design now. Yes. Okay, let's do it then. Fine. in between. So my cloud day is doing a very, very hard work, as you can see, even now. And it is working on my design side. So fine, let it work. बेचारा स्मार्ट क्लाउड है। स्मार्ट तो है। Any other tool for architecture diagram rather than eraser? Eraser is my best. I'm like, there are so many tools. Draw.io is also there, and many more tools are there. Right. But I believe eraser is literally the best. Hmm. Okay. So copy based on the document, and canvas, diagram, paste, generate. In 30 seconds, we'll be having, now, not even 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds, I will be having architecture, which generally, if you'll go and create by your hand, it will take maybe like a lot of weeks after having a documentation. You will go for a lot of discussion, like understand the component and then its connection, and then maybe you will end up doing it, and it's ready. So basically, executive architecture, six layer, executive layer architecture, it has designed. So how like this user, candidate, and recruiter is going to flow. So beautifully it is. I will be sharing this, don't worry. So I will like again, if I have to do a iterations over here, so this is basically executive layer, right? I will be designing multiple architecture, not just one. So I can try to chat with it, and then I will be able to basically do this. This is architecture number, step number one. Step number two, architecture number two, let's design it. So here, okay, second one. And then the third one, multi-tenancy model. Then fourth one, four architecture, five architecture, six architecture. So in total, six I have to design, which will clarify the entire system. So not just one. Okay, so VPC architecture, right? Production VPC network architecture, it has designed. So basically for a tech people, so how this entire things is going to basically work. And yeah, so nicely it has presented all the AWS component as I can see. So okay, this one is also done. Again, I'm just doing one sort over here. Maybe I can like do a few sort, and then in that case I can improvise this one. But yeah, I'm just trying to show you that how quick things are. And again, quickly I can try to even improvise it after cross-checking, after doing a human review. So architecture number three. So basically it's a multi-tenant architecture. Okay. Name, case, combinator, fine, S3 bucket. Real-time interview system architecture. Hmm. So now real-time interview flow. Good. So now how real-time interview flow is going to happen step by step, right? And how system is going to handle it in a backend, it has designed. So real-time interview video pipeline end-to-end is done. Event-driven processing. So how this is going to flow? New it will generate, right? Okay. How interview is going to flow from a tech side. So it has designed even that particular part. So basically five architecture is done. The last one. So multi-region strategy, DR. So client resource reuse diagram. Okay. So now I have in total five architecture. What happened to this one? Okay. So all of this architecture, so for a visualization purpose, so that I can try to, put it inside the slide deck, right? Slide deck I can try to put it into, and then I will be able to, prepare this entire thing. So for that purpose, I have like all kind of all layer of the architecture, so which can be discussed with a team, which can be discussed eventually with the like a senior member of the team, right, for their cross verification. So all this architecture based on my product is now done. So all six architecture is done over here. And then parallelly, so I'm able to design a design document as well. It's a 40-page document, right? This is what I was talking about. So basically, like GPT is going to fail. Basically, Gemini is going to fail 40-page document because I'm talking about design document of three systems, three layers, right? So none of this system will be able to do it. But yeah, this system is able to do it successfully. Now let me send these things to you. Design document. So now it's available inside your group, WhatsApp, right? Same will be uploaded inside the resource as well. So, okay, it is able to do a design. And as I have asked, so just follow the LinkedIn kind of a style, clean and professional, super professional, not like AI kind of a style. So it must have implemented it. We'll see in a progress. And in parallel, so I'm able to design a document as well, right? Sorry, architecture as well. Now, let's suppose my management is asking for the presentation, right? My management is asking for the presentation from a business side, from ROI side, from the revenue side, and all those things for this particular system. So I have to prepare tomorrow. I have to go and I have to present in front of my management, in front of my director, right? So again, PPTs we have to create maybe 10, 20, 50 pages of PPTs, right? And we have to fill up all those data inside that in that presentation. And today is Sunday, right? Now it's evening. Maybe I'm thinking about this at midnight. And tomorrow morning 9 a.m. I have a presentation. Yeah, I have a presentation. So basically, I don't have to spend my entire night, sleepless night, uh, to prepare those presentation. I'll do it quickly. I'll show you how, because that will be a requirement for many senior people or lead person, right? So basically, I have a, I'll just say I have a presentation tomorrow for this product in front of my management. So I have to uh, talk about this product, market research, scope, revenue, success rate, company growth with respect to this project. Now I have to prepare the slides. Give me a full data dump that I can use to prepare my slides for my presentation, which should impress my team and my management, and they can say yes for this product. So derive all the data and give it to me. Okay, cool. Uh, Only a data and write-ups, not a slide. Only you have to give me a data in crisp manner for 20 pager slides. Cool. So now it will be able to give me all the write-ups, right? And once I will be having a write-up, so my design is ready, my architecture document is ready, my design document is also ready, my PRD is also ready, right? So initially I was talking about yeah. So architecture work is technically done. Product manager work is done. Now architect and product manager is going together tomorrow, and they have to basically present this like a product, right? And then for designer, so designer document is ready. Now I'll create the actual design. So these two guys are going together and they will try to convince a management tomorrow. And for that, I need a slide, right? Because eventually this is something which is going to happen even in reality. So just wait for some time and we will end up creating a presentation for tomorrow. And once my presentation will be done, I'll show you the full scale product visualization then, how your product will actually look like. How to join WhatsApp group? It's already available. Link is already available inside your like classes, the dashboard that you have, the learning dashboard. So are we learning something, guys? Are we able to see a new way of like doing a products and projects? Yeah. Falguni Singh in architect, there are multiple AWS services. Take a stack is necessary to learn all those things. Not necessary because it is AI is going to suggest you and then only implement that, learn that much, right? And once you will end up doing like two, three projects, then you will end up learning technically everything by default. Yeah. Do we also get an access of this Cloud A Ultra? We are giving like this Cursor Pro access to our work and learn people, by the way. Yeah. So Cursor Pro access, UX Pilot access, they will be having. So UX Pilot on a team level, basically, not on an individual level, because one UX Pilot will be used by multiple team member for a multiple project. Generally, our core team member is having this Ultra access, this one, the Cursor Ultra access. They have all the accesses basically. My core team is like having all kind of AI. Writing such prompts need another class. No, it doesn't need a class actually. It needs you have to build something. You have to like do some sort of a work, observe, experience, right, work in some product, then only no one can teach you. It's a thought process basically. I'm showing you one example, but yeah, so if you are going to do maybe 100 and successfully, if you are able, your things are working, then yes, that's experience and now you have learned. Please share the prompt on a WhatsApp group. I'm writing so much prompt. I'm like, why I should share all the prompt in a WhatsApp group? I'm sharing the document, right? Write your own prompt. An accurate representation of real world situation. Exactly. I'm just trying to show you that where things has actually moved, and you should follow the same thing. Then only you will be able to leverage it. See, we all know that things has moved a lot, right? But we are living in a reality where 99.999% of people are not able to adopt it, and they are in chaos. So if you are like you if you will start using it, then you will be able to get a first mover advantage. You will be having all kind of a leverages. So starting from tomorrow, in your office with your team, start doing it, and believe me, things will turn. Will Cloud a free version generate this kind of document? Anything which is free in a market, they are just free to attract an user, whether it's on YouTube or on any other platform. And that is not going to work in any of your real case scenario, because the things which actually works is not free at all. Nowhere, right? Including this Cloud. I think Google Integrated gives some free tokens. That is not going to that is not going to be enough. That will be gone very soon when you will start prompting and you will start building a project. What we are going to learn next class? Why you are worried about next week? Focus on this class first. Okay, so for 20 slides, it has given me everything. So I have all these write-ups. Now, quickly, as I have a presentation tomorrow, and I don't want to spend my entire night creating a PPT and deck, but still I want a very mature and powerful, basically a PPT, right? So I have a write-up with respect to my product. So it's a true write-up I have. I'll be using Gamma. Click on generate, right? Presentation. And then, yeah. So I'll just copy this. For 20 pages slide, it has created this entire data, right? I'll just copy this data, paste it here, right? And then edit prompt. And let's see, just you will see magic now. So upgrade to plus. Okay, in this account, I think I don't have. Let me upgrade it quickly. I have a multiple account. I think in that I don't have. I have 8,000 credit, but yeah, not an issue. Let me upgrade quickly. Just a minute, guys. I have 8,000 credit, but still it is asking me for upgrade, so I'll just upgrade it. For 20, for 10 page, I can do it even now. But yeah, for 20 pages, so it is asking me to upgrade. So three, seven. Oh, I there is some problem in their payment gateway, it seems. Okay, let's go with 10 pages. So I think there is some issue with the payment gateway. I already have 8,000 credit. So create new, generate, okay, edit prompt. And yeah, so let's keep it as a this one. Concise, fine. This is fine. Theme wise, so I just wanted to choose something better, professional for a presentation. So let's go ahead with some dark theme. Looks good. And AI image fine. This is fine. Image art style, so photo fine. Illustration no. 3D that's fine. Click on generate. So now in next 2 minutes, my PPT will be ready and I don't have to spend the whole night uh, to create a PPT. And that too, PPT is going to be way more attractive, way more like visually appealing and even data driven uh, that any one of you will end up creating, maybe even after taking a week of time. So Falguni is asking, you can put in a VS Code and tell to create a web slide. See, I'm using Gamma since a very, very long time, and I'll tell you even a reason behind this Gamma. You can put this data and then it will be able to create a simple PPT. But I'm looking for those stats, those graphs, those designs, right? Which in VS Code you have to, or maybe anywhere else you have to do a lot of prompting, right? Basically, so it is not going to be a visually appealing PPT, and then a data wise, obviously, like it will be able to accommodate the data, but you have to do a lot of prompting and all those things. I don't want to spend a time, right? Once my data is ready, I'll just go, I'll try to prepare the PPT, and then let me present you this PPT, right? So here, now see my presentation. Euron Nexus Autonomous System Interview Intelligent Platform. Beautiful picture, right? Investor presentation. So now, again, it's having some animation. So when I switch, it's having some animations. So hiring crisis, this problem statement, this. And again, this is just I have done in one shot. If I'll spend 5 more minutes of time on that, I'll even make it more better, right? And over here, so I have a leverage to prepare any like a kind of a PPT with any number of pages, with any kind of a theme design and a lot of iterations with ease. So fine, and basically this try to puts a data in a perfect places with a perfect illustration, design, images, 3D, everything, right? So massive market, okay, fine. So graph and all those things it is able to plot. I have not even asked it, right? But still it is able to understand. Even these like a charts, it is able to plot it. I have never even asked, right? Then this one, then yeah, this comparison, beautiful PPT, right? Then this competitive landscape, this. I have never asked for this one. So basically, because of this intelligence, we are paying, right? So that it can save my time, right? I'm paying my $20 over here, or maybe 600 rupees per month, right? INR per month through like Gamma to do something, some creative things for me, so that I can save my time, right? I'm buying my time back. So yeah, beautiful illustration, right? Beautiful. So that my manager will be impressed. And likewise, I can create 100 such iteration in just minutes of time. Yeah. So graph and all those things it is able to do. So that's a beauty of this one. So in a minute of time, I will be able to create hundreds of iteration if like theme design, everything. And again, so page by page also, I will be able to go and I will be able to edit. So I can improve the writing, spellings, or maybe like images or 3Ds, every option I have, right? Every option I have. And that is the reason. So we are using it. Even if I have to change the entire theme, I will be able to change the theme, typography, brand color, brand images, everything. So now my presentation for tomorrow is ready for this particular product, right? So I have started working with the vague idea, a storytelling, and till presentation, architecture, design, architecture document, PRD, everything is now done, right? Everything is now done. Now what is the next step? So the next step is going to be, so our presentation is ready. So now I can go and sleep like peacefully, by the way, right? And then it's time for a design, right? It's time for a design. So which my uh, cursor has already like given me a write-up for a design. So I'll be using it. So I have shared this design, right, somewhere. Uh, yeah, a screen design document. So basically now I have a screen design document, right? And now I'll give you a actual look and feel of the product, right? How your product will actually look like. So where hundreds of screen you have to design, right? Technically you have to design the hundreds of screen, even mobile screen, web screen, admin screen, all those screens. And where designer takes a lot of time. It's a not a one person job, it's a team's job again, right? A lot of designer will be involved over there and then they will do a lot of like iterations. Let's get it done in a minute of time, right? Yesterday I was designing a new landing page for Euron, by the way. So yeah, so here in our account, you will be able to see multiple projects which is running, client project, internal project, and every design you can see it. So here, interview system, Euron, Nexus. I'll now give you a complete look and feel of the product. Yeah. So here is my design. Design, color, system, find, typography, component specification. So this is a baseline. It has given to me, and then super admin system screen. Okay, so let me put a baseline first so that it will be able to drive all the intention from here itself. And then a sample page layout, left panel, login, component, find, and then screen, super admin dashboard. So I'll just do it till this point for now so that I will be able to get the flavor and then quickly back to back, I can create all the hundreds of pages in no time. Okay, so let me put it on max, deep design, right? And for desktop, first of all, I'm going to design, then maybe for tablet, for mobile, and all the other things. Desktop again in HD, I'm looking for, click. Now I'll start showing you all the hundreds of screen, maybe in next 5 minutes. Right, all the screen, all product design, and even if you're going to ask me like a mobile design, tablet design, right, everything we can do design in Figma make. Figma is not that great. Figma make we are also using, and it's like a still human driven. I mean, like they have given you AI option, but it's not like amazing. You can design here, and let's suppose if you are using Figma, your team is using Figma, so they are giving you a Figma export. So you can they are giving you Figma plugins. Even we do the same thing. Like whenever we have to like import it in a Figma, which is not required because I mean like even here, so you will be able to get a complete like a front end code as well. You replace PM architect together. Now I'm replacing even a designer. Not one designer, because this is not going to be one person's job. Even there will be a team, they will take months of iterations or weeks of iterations to come up with the very first flavor. Here I can do hundreds of iteration in a minutes of time. Lovable. Don't go after lovable, emergent, and all those things. I mean, like you can't do it. I mean, like they have. You can go to lovable and create a toy project, which will never go into a production. Okay, amazing, LinkedIn style, right? So this is one of my screen. This screen looks amazing, right, guys? What is your thought? Shall we go ahead with the same design, or shall we adopt this design? Yeah. See, this is the look and feel. In desktop, in tablet, this is how it will look like. In mobile, this is how it will look like. I mean, like mobile, we have to basically make it correct, right? We have to make it responsive. But yeah. So now, so if one of the design is frozen, right? Let's suppose I'm okay with this design and then typography, because when we talk about the designs, right? So obviously a brand color theme, a typography, right? All those things comes into picture. And again, when I talk about color templating and everything, so again there will be like a primary color, secondary color, then again typography wise, so primary, secondary, all this series, which I have already mentioned. And if you will go and check my design document, it's already mentioned over here. Secondary button, card component, input field, layout grid. So everything you have to design, and that is something which is a baseline for any like a designing, which even designer is going to do. So when I was creating this design document, I have simply said that, okay, take this. This is what I have given as a prompt, the LinkedIn which I was talking about, right? A very, very long prompt which I copy and pasted. So I have basically told a system that follow this one, because that is a baseline. And if you're not going to do it, then it will end up creating some AI kind of a design, some fancy and then some childish kind of a design, which is not like a professional. So if you are like going into a professional manner, then you have to follow those steps. Otherwise, AI will end up creating some random screens which you or your team is not going to like it. Okay, so that's cool. It is able to design. Now back to back without a stop. I will design all the screen. Hmm. So let me do it quickly. Organizer management. Okay. So now I'll not wait for design to generate. I'll start submitting it. Just and in terms of submitting it, nothing. Copy paste, copy paste. So see how, and then I will be able to give you like a full product demo that this is how, and then maybe tomorrow you can go to your management and say that this is how full product will look like overall. Then there will be like teeny tiny component design, which happens always. So that can be done in no time. Screen audit log. So I'm designing technically an admin, client admin now 3.1. So we just wait for first screen. If first screen is okay, then all the other screen, as I'm clicking on plus, it will be able to inherit the same design philosophy. That's the reason I just wait for one screen to generate. Hope all of you are loving it, guys. And you are able to learn something new today in this class. I'm assuming it. Again, you can give me a feedback. Analytics dashboard. Okay. Interview room. Okay, standard component library, database table, fine. This is just a baseline. Hmm. Again, responsive guidelines, fine. Okay. Now all designs are done. It started generating in 5 minutes. You will be having a complete system. And again, if you look at my design, guys, so you will say that I'm the best designer in the world, right? No one will be able, no designer will be able to like design it, and I can give you like as many iterations as you want, and that too in a clean, professional manner, right? See, right? Interview. So this is how interview is going on. This is the live transcript. You and candidate will be able to see. This is the real time insights my candidate will be able to see. Even designer needs like this is how like a schedule interview will look like, right? Interview configuration. So senior full stack engineer. This is the candidates, basically those who have applied for the job, right? All page from admin to user side, right? Admin login to user login side, everything, all the stats, right? System health and stats and monitoring, governance, everything has been now designed. Now basically unless and until you are not going to do a design, so system will not be clear, right? So design is the primary part that every team used to look for before building the product. And again, product manager, a lot of product manager, a lot of designers, the complete whole team will be involved, right? And then here, no one is required. No one is required. It's my product. I will design it. I will do the iteration. Like I said, hundreds of iteration in no time, right? If you are saying that you're not liking this design, I can change it. All the design at once, right? With your flavor. You will say that, okay, fine, my brand color is yellow, this, that, my typography is this, that. In one single prompt, select all and global edit. That option is also available here. So there is something called as global edit. I can apply a global edit and on all the design will change in no time, which designer will take maybe like a week to give you an iteration. Interview invitation. This is how invitation will look like, right? Over a mail, basically. Beautiful, beautiful. Profile, device check, interview. So this is how interview will flow. All the pages, system compatibility check. So yeah, first of all, it will check everything like candidate camera before joining, their microphone, speaker, devices. So all this check it will do, and then my candidate will like go through it. So all of these component, and then interview is about to start. So this will be the screen which will be showing. So whatever screen is required, this is my again question answer kind of a screen. And then here coding part. So if coding and whiteboard, as you can see, right? Coding, code editor and whiteboard. So my system will open up. So here is my candidate. Here is my candidate giving an interview, right? And then it will open up a code editor. It will ask that, okay, fine. So write it. Test cases will be generated. And this is the problem statement. In the interview option, setting chats, all those options are available for whiteboarding. So they can do a whiteboarding as well. And then it will show interview completed, right? Question answer, time spent, completion rate, review process, each and everything. How was your experience? And then like it is going to like show you even your feedback, review the view details, right? So design is done. Now one by one you can present to your management, page by page, screen by screen, right? You can present to your management, and then you can demonstrate to your management that this is how overall my entire application will look like, right? So this is my entire interview panel will look like. So where people can come, people can write the code. They can even do a whiteboarding. This is my whiteboard again. like a dynamic design, right? As you can see over here. So people can do a whiteboarding, and then all these options are available for whiteboarding that I have given to my candidate. So now, so here candidate can come, they can try to like switch on, switch off the camera settings they will be having. So these are the setting panel, the other setting tabs that they have, right? So in design, it has accommodated everything. And whatever click which I am doing, so every click needs a designer to do it, right? It is able to take care of it without even like asking. So just imagine how powerful this design is. Okay. So system completely check this. Okay. Play test sound. So it will play the test sound. Retry. So retry. Now confirm your information. Okay. Fine. So I'm showing you all the pages in a reverse order, by the way. Right. So stats, you will be able to see it. Right. Time is spent, interviews code, all these things. From admin portal side, 7 days, 90 days, custom, export the report option, share the report option is available. Okay. So even this one. Yeah. So here is a candidate, live transcript is going on, right? And then confidence, clarity, relevance, technical depth, sentiment, eye tracking is on, face detection is on, tab switching is on. So basically proctoring is on, right? As you can see, right? All these things are basically on. And if candidate is going to do any kind of violation, it is capturing that as well. Okay. So candidate can come over here and then they can schedule their own interview in their own like a time for all this. So yeah, beautifully it is able to design all of these pages, stats, everything which is required. And yeah, so if I have to generate another 100 pages, I will be able to do it in no time, right? So technically, designer job is gone. Now, UX Pilot is not just doing you that. So basically, it is also giving you an option, right? Sorry, it is also giving you an option. So select a design, and then basically here you will be able to export the design, and here so you will be able to export it as a HTML file. Now that HTML file I'll try to put it inside the cursor, right? And then I'll start doing a front end coding layer by layer, system by system. So I have three layers, system by system. It will start doing a coding code. Front end code will be available. So once we'll do this, then middleware and then back end I'll move to. And based on this, all of these components, so everything will be done automatically. My cursor will be able to understand what an all component we have, what is the schema design we have to do. Obviously, there is a proper prompting which is required. Otherwise, it will not be able to do it. And step-wise, right? So designer is gone, guys, now, as you can see, right? If you have any kind of a doubt, then I believe this will clarify your doubt that what this can do and what other designer can do. Not just this. So like I said, they are giving you also an option. So if I have to do a multiple iterations, right? Edit and then global edit. So if your client will come and say that, no, my color is this, my color is that, typography is this, that, not an issue at all. Minute of time, everything will be changed, right? Everything will be changed because every client will be having their own brands, right? Their own logos, brands, and everything. So all these things will be done in no time. And US pilot is free. I told you already, right? Nothing is free in this world. Things which works, which doesn't works, maybe that's free. Yeah, they're giving you some like a credit, but yeah, you will end up like generating 1 or 2 pages, right? Not the whole. Isn't it amazing now? Now we have a product visual. Yeah. Now we have a full product visual, right? And so now when you have a design, right? You have a design and you have all those details, right? You have a PRD. So let me write it down over here. So technically we have a PRD. So we have started with the storyboard. Then we have generated a PRD. Then we have generated a architecture doc, right? Then architecture diagram we have generated. Then we have generated a design document. Then we have generated a design so far. So far, this is the work that we have done. And yeah, so in a perfect manner, not in a chaotic way. So in a step by step perfect manner, I'm able to like do all of these things. Now I'll start doing a infra setup as per my architecture. Now I'll start building a backend, and even infra setup I'll do it in a later stage, right? Maybe in a last stage. First I'll start developing it, right? Start developing it, start testing things in a local, and once everything will work, then maybe I can go and I can set up my three layers, like development, then staging, and then prod, and then I can connect the pipeline, and one by one I will start pushing the code, right? In a corporate, my manager says there is no free lunch. Exactly, there is no free lunch, right? If someone is offering you, then there is some invisible cost which is involved, and maybe that cost will be very, very huge, right? So instead of doing that, go and buy the lunch. Could you please list down the subscription charges for all the tool you have used along with the subscription model? Okay, so far what I have used basically, so I have used Gamma. Oh yeah, PPT design, right? That is also we have done, right? So business presentation, right? Tomorrow morning I have, let's suppose, business presentation to convince them. So everything is done. So we have like a Gamma I have used, UX pilot I have used, Cursor I have used. Sorry, Cursor I have not used. Clouded. Cursor is the next step. Clouday I have used. GPT I have used basically. And Cursor obviously I will be using. So Gamma, UX Pilot. Have I missed anything? Yeah, Eraser. .io. So Gamma will, it's a credit based basically, right? 18 credit is equal to one page in a like a full scale deep design, otherwise 6 credit. It's a credit based. So more you will consume, more you will be able to use it. UX Pilot, sorry, Gamma is not credit based. Gamma is like a 600 INR per month. You can check the current price. Maybe I'm wrong on that part. Right, because I have applied my card and they will keep on charging me month on month automatically. So UX Pilot, credit based. Cloud, so I'm using basically 20x use. So that will cost you $200. Everything is per month. GPT, I'm using like a Pro, so I don't know what is $20, let's say, for now, right? Cursor, I'm using Ultra, so $200. And even this Ultra will be exhausted. So when I start doing like a code and building code, so as we are doing it on a daily basis, so even for me, for my developer, for my team, that will be exhausted. So there is an option they used to give pay as you go now, right, under this plan. So then the charges will be additional. So let's maybe like for one person it will be like a 300 $400 if you are working day and night, right? Otherwise even Pro will be sufficient if you are like doing a light work, right? You don't have to even go after 200 Ultra. Even Pro will be sufficient. It will like work like a magic. 20 dollar, right? So yeah, that's a price basically. That's a price. So maybe you can try to do estimation based on this one. So everything is not required by everyone, I would say. Maybe Cursor you need on an individual label. But if I'll talk about this Cloud Day and maybe this UX Pilot and Gamma, so maybe you can use it as a team, right? So even we are doing the same thing. I mean, like you need one account because every day you will not do the PPT. Once architecture design document and everything is finalized, then you don't need this one, right? Even clouded $200 credit or something like that, you don't need it actually. So most of these things are actually not on an individual level, it's on a team level. So in that manner, if you are going to do the calculation, a cost calculation, it will not be much as a team versus the value it is giving you. Yeah, but yeah, if you are going to think on an individual level, then it will be like a too much costly. So in a company, that's the reason. So we have given to everyone, even to our interns, even to our work and learn people, right? And even to our like a code developer. Yeah. Would you please also mention the doc that which AI is used for which purpose? I think I have already taught you that, right? That is your responsibility to do it, not mine. Why you are expecting like this kind of a hand holding? Would you be able to scale it to say 1,000 query per second? Can you tell us how to scale your application when there is a huge load? I mean, there is no generic answer for that, PK. I mean, like when you design a solution, right? So what kind of a solution you have? What kind of a query you have? What kind of a tables you have? So if you will say that 1,000 query per second in a table where I have only two columns versus I have like a 1,000 column, again, you can't apply the same thumb rule over there. So it's a case by case basis. You can't generalize it, this optimization part. How to do all things in a company's laptop where they don't allow all this tool. You have to figure out the way. I mean, like that's your take, right? Maybe go and convince your management or someone, or maybe use it in your personal thing. At the end of the day, try to save your time, right? Because time is money. Maybe you can spend same time with the, we all keep on saying, right, that work life balance and all those things. These tools are giving you work life balance. Why are you not using it? Why people are going and crying over a LinkedIn that we need work life balance, work life balance? I mean, like 9 hours of work can be done in 9 minutes of time. Rest of the day is yours, right? So enjoy, go and like enjoy work and life balance. But you know what we are doing? We are going and debating over LinkedIn and social media that we need work life balance. People are asking us to work for 72 hours. I mean, like, who have asked you to work for 72 hours in a, I mean, like, yes, there are people who have asked. I'm not denying that fact, but it's up to you, right? It's the individual choice. If you're able to complete your work with this speed, see, today itself, right, in 2 hour class, just in 2 hour class, and while I was talking to all of you, we have done so much of work for a product, starting from a new product, right? Starting from a very vague, random idea. Now we are able to create a shape of the product. Now I can see that this is how my product will look like. My screen will look like, right? Which requires a lot of hundreds of discussions, a lot of team members, right, and all those things. So if you're using technology in a correct way, believe me, you will be having a work-life balance. You will be having a peace in your life. You can get everything. So you don't have to, go and ask for work-life balance, or you don't have to, even stretch yourself on a weekdays, weekends on holidays. So it's up to you, right? It's trying to our personal item. Yeah. What is the situation of the job with these AI era? I think next 2 year IT job will be gone. See, it will never be gone. I think I have already given you an answer for that yesterday. Why? So we have done a lot of industrial automation where robots are working in a manufacturing plant everywhere, right? It's a reality. But still, there are human beings. So IT will come to the same level. Previously, people used to hire this us basically as a coder, as an architect, as a solution designer manager to review each and every line, to write each and every syntaxes, right? Now that era has gone, but still it needs a human. What kind of a human? The kind of a work which I have done, right? I believe all of you can do it, right, guys? I mean, like, have I done anything very different? No. I have just created the process, followed the same process, and to execute something, I have used a correct tool. That's it. This is what I have done, right? I have not done anything different today. And I believe if what I have done today, right, all of you can do it in your existing work or maybe in an upcoming one, right? Because the way I'm able to do it, now you know the way, right? And in this manner, you will be able to optimize it. So if you are this kind of a guy, you will be relevant, right? Everyone needs this kind of a guy. Even I keep on finding this kind of a person. We have built AI tool for code review and SDLC item generation, which will save everyone. We have built AI tool for code review. Yeah, even for code review, even for test case, everything like AI can handle. So fine, guys. Hope all of you is there going to be some to do task for today? No, today there is no task. Maybe you can the task if you would like to like do it, right? So maybe try to think about some product, maybe this one only, or maybe something different. Maybe try to replicate some product and do the exact same thing in your own manner, right? Whatever I have done, right? Whatever I have done during the entire class. So maybe try to do the exact same thing, and yeah, post it everywhere. Spread the awareness. After this course, I will apply. Yeah, whenever there will be a position, you are free to apply anytime. We have one request, if possible, please allow two system from a single place for a single user so that we can follow your lecture one system and also do the practical system as we used to do. Okay, yeah, Euron has basically prevented two system access at a time. That's true. Are we going to let me check. Are we going to work on API part tomorrow for this project? No, we'll not do a development. So from this was the demo which I had to show you that this is how a new work happens, right? Now my next job is to start coding, right? Simple, start coding, and that too with the thousands x speed, right? My backend, my front end, my like super admin, my client admin, my user interface, right? And then start testing functionality one by one, one by one, one by one. That will be my final task. And if I have to build this product and release as an MVP, and if I'm the only, like, let's suppose like a developer in a team, and as an MVP I have to release, from this step, I think it will not take more than 3 days of time for me to do it. And if I'm looking for a complete tested end-to-end production grade system, and I have two, three people, right? Two, three people in a 30 days of time, right? And only in a working days, not 30 days as a working day. Out of 30 days, obviously, there will be a leave, right? So maybe in a 20 25 days of time. So in total, in a month of time, right? Including holidays, I will be with three people, a three good one, at least a mid one, right? Mid-level one. I will be able to deliver the entire project. It can go to a market for a sales. Business can be started. Yeah. What suggestion you will give to a project manager? Whatever I have done, do it in the same manner. Nothing else. Can you make a team and share a cost of subscription? I mean, like that. That's up to you. You have a group. You can go and talk to your group member. I mean, that's not my take. So any prerequisite for this course? You must be very, very attentive throughout the class. You should not sleep. That's a prerequisite. Your system, which minimum plan have a tool? Okay. So now let's take some questions. So if you have some question, guys, raise your hand, and I'll try to answer. Yeah. Let's speak. Okay. Yeah. Chidi is asking some question. Yeah, Chidi, go ahead. So anyone who is having question, you can raise your hand, guys. Yeah. You have a
Hello.
question? Yeah. Go ahead.
I think it's morning over. Good morning, sir. We are here
Yeah. Good
again.
morning. Hi. Hi. Yeah.
We were been from Euron to here, so it's Chidi.
I know you basically. I know you by your name. So don't worry. Go ahead.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
wanted to find out that for individual subscription, like for the cloudy,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
seeing some for like $16 per month. Is that one okay for individual?
Sorry. What was the question?
For cloudy subscription, I'm seeing for individual, I'm seeing $60
Okay,
per month.
it's country wise. I believe it's different. So maybe you can check country wise because here it shows us different price. So Cloud basically charges differently in a different country.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So you can check with your like a country limitation. So that will be applicable.
And I wanted to find out for the consultancy stuff for
Okay.
my.
Okay. So for
I
that you
wanted
can
to.
talk to, yeah, you can talk to a team. Basically, the number is given on a website, right? So for that you can connect with the team and then you can take all those details. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Yeah, Chandan, go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. So when we create a document from start to beginning and we have give the prompt, and after that we get a document. As a newbie, how can we validate that this document which is created by the AI is correct and authenticated? Here you have validated it, and we assume that everything is correct. But we on our own, how can we validate, because we don't know these are the requirement of a PID document or any other document.
So
That's it.
obviously in your team there must be someone, some stakeholder, some owners, right? So obviously they are going to validate. I mean, like whoever is the owner of the product, they will take the ownership. They will validate each and everything.
No, initially I will start on my own now, so that I
Ah,
can get grasp of it. And when I'm working on this course, I need
hmm,
to create on my own. I don't have anyone. I will work on multiple projects and I will create a lot of documents. And
hmm.
I don't know how to. What are the parts of a PID document? What are the parts of an architecture document? When an AI create a document, when we don't have anyone to go to validate, how can we validate? That's the
I mean,
question.
then you can't validate. As simple as that, right? I mean, like there must be someone who knows stuff, knows things, and if you are not aware about it, generally, and eventually, once you will work in couple of projects, even you will be aware about it. So the only solution is get an experience.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's
Thank
the
you.
only that's the only solution I can suggest you as of now. There is no other solution. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Madhuri Burmal, please go. Burmal, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
basically, the question which I have asked in the chat. So
Mm-hmm.
suppose if I have to start for the basic plan to
Mm-hmm.
use it on my computer, so
Mm-hmm.
then which plan should I go for
Which
this RAM?
for which tool?
For the cursor or say for example
20
the clouding.
$20 cursor, I think that will be like a more than enough. If you are not using it heavily, well, like for a heavy load, right, of a
Mhm.
work, $20 is fine to start with.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, fine, everyone. So if we don't have any question, no, okay. I think I have already answered. Yeah, PK, go ahead, please. Yeah. So any question, guys,
I
raise your
want,
hand. Otherwise, we'll conclude the class. Yeah.
sir, I wanted to learn
Mm-hmm.
how are we writing the production code? Like it is able to decide, it is able to design, modularize that, okay, this is going to be the folder structure. But when we
Mm-hmm.
go to each and every code file like .py, how
Mm-hmm.
would we decide that what code needs to be written there?
So basically, see, the thing is that whenever we start coding, so it's not like we'll just start coding with the prompt. So we try to give a prerequisite instances, or we can say that we try to create a boilerplate. In that boilerplate, we try to create a file and we try to write all the instruction over there in a first. That's the actual way of doing coding. For example, if human is doing a coding, right? So what you will do, you will give an instruction that create a classes, create a package, always try to do a exception handling over there even in general, right? And always try to follow this naming convention or this kind of pattern. Similarly, generally I have seen that people go and in a cloud they will start typing a prompt. I mean, like, that is not going to work, right? So first of all, when you're creating a boilerplate, you have to create a set of the instruction. For example, in case of we try to create a husky, right? So husky file, inside that we try to write all the instructions, and once we have mentioned something inside the husky, obviously it will try to adopt throughout the project, right? Even if someone else will take over that project tomorrow, but yeah, that husky file will be there, and from there, so it will be able to like understand that what is my pattern, what is something which I'm supposed to follow, I'm not supposed to follow. That's a way of writing a production grade code, even with AI.
Sir, do you have any such instructions, or are we going to
Will
learn in
will
this particular
Yeah,
course?
we'll show you. Yeah, we'll show you that how do we write an instruction. I'll even show you like what kind of instruction we have given.
Sir, one last question.
Hmm.
Sir, in my interviews, I have been asked a lot about how are you scaling it depending upon the load. Are we going
Hmm.
to learn it in this?
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, we are going to learn it. Yes.
Is there any way to simulate the scaling? Like if I'm doing
Yes.
in
Yeah.
my
There is
AWS,
a
I cannot.
there
Mhm.
is a way to like simulate the scaling. So you have to basically apply loads, and then for doing a load testing, there are so many tools which is available out there, or even you can write a small program, Python or maybe Node program, so which will keep on hitting your servers, and then or concurrently as per your need, 1,000 concurrent or maybe 10,000 concurrent, and eventually you will be able to test your system. That is something that we do even during a load testing phase for any product.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. We were
Yeah.
really waiting for this course. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thanks. Take care. Yeah. Okay, fine, everyone. So that's it about today's class. Hope all of you have learned a little bit. My whole idea and intention was to show you how we are doing a development now versus like the conventional one, which is not relevant now. So I'm assuming that all of you will try to adopt it from today onwards, maybe from tomorrow, Monday, right? A working day onwards. And same philosophy you can apply everywhere, which will save your time, your cost, and even your image, right? So with that, thank you so much, everyone. Take care. See you again next week, Saturday, same time. Yeah, thanks.